Steve here with Fit Bully TV. Shout out to some of our new Fit Bully associates and family. What is family? All those people who made the investment and have become a part of our long-term 12-dog strategy to get to Generation 3. We'll do some announcements, we'll turn around and I'll introduce them, we'll do some lives with them so we can introduce you to these people who believe in our path to success and being a part of success and who have their own dreams as well, which is super important to have. So, let me paint a picture right here. One of our guys, he alluded to going to get more dogs. Oh man, I'm gonna get a few. And you go, okay, let me simplify this and give you perspective. Chris Moore, he told us what? He told us that if he had the right amount of money, hey, cut it out. If he had the right amount of money, he would only buy one great dog to start with. Normally a really good female, real solid female. I'm gonna show you from a business standpoint and a business standpoint on why that is the best way to do business. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Let's just get into it. If you buy two females, so this female 1, this is female 2. If you buy two females or even a third female and both dogs have 6 litters or 6 pups, now you have 12 puppies. Do you beyond a reasonable doubt know 12 people who are gonna pay you $3,000 to $5,000, which is market value on American Bully cheap, for that dog and be able to take care of it for 10 years? 9 out of 10 people don't have a 10-year strategy on their life. So when people say, hey, I'm buying 4 dogs to start with, you got, let's say, 2 boys and 2 girls. All these dogs, for a fact, just put in perspective, this is 40 years. That's 40 years of work consolidated into 10 years times 4. So you got 40 years that you just invested in. Now you don't think of it that way. But for fact, if you have a healthy dog, that joker gonna live for 8 to 10. Now times that times 4, yeah, even if you get them all at the same time, that's still consolidate like 40 years of work in like 10 years. That's a lot if you think about it. Now, you've got a stud fee. Let's say we bought our female, $3K. Now it's gonna be more than that on a female, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ain't nobody normally letting a good female go for $3K, but I'm lowballing right now. Your stud fee, $1,500 to $3K, depending on where you go. So you $6,000 in already. In your mind, I'm gonna sell all these pups for $3,000. You can't find 2 people to pay you $3,000. And now you gotta give them away for $1,000 to get them out your fucking house. You know how many people sit up there and drop that price about $2? Look, nigga, just make sure you take care of the dog. The nigga I get up, my wife losing her shit, boy. These niggas are still shitting everywhere. It's costing me money to tearing shit up because you also didn't project investing in the dog's quality of life long term past what you did with the 8-week mark. You thought at 8 weeks, everybody's gonna be good. Maybe 12 tops. Now you done got to 8 weeks and you're looking at 6 niggas in your house. And niggas ain't going nowhere. Them niggas ain't going nowhere, and definitely not for the price if you didn't market. Nobody knows who you are. If you started off going too fast versus embracing the journey. We started off with Zara and Maya. Some people say, hey, why don't you post more? I say, what? 2 bitches I gotta take care of and make sure they grow up properly? There's nothing to post, it's a journey. We still didn't even post after Ego was born a ton. He had to grow up, it's a journey. We still didn't post when Bam Bam and Cha Cha were born, but we start posting more because it's a journey. Now every time we have a litter, we take you guys on what? A journey. And that's why you can say, I love Cha Cha, some of y'all loved King Tut, some of y'all loved your favorite, Bam Bam. You loved Bam Bam, didn't you? You thought he was gonna be the answer, and I did too. Shout out to everybody who loves Ego. But y'all didn't even see him grow up for real. That was like, oh, he was like off grid because this thing didn't exist. Oh, we know you love Tron. We know you love Tronisha. But I wanted to paint a picture of how I would start. Chris Moore said, start with 1 solid female. From a business standpoint, it gives you control. You pay the stud fee, you now own all the pups, be it 6 or 8. Those are what you call assets. If the pups oftentimes are in someone else's house, especially if you've already given them access to your registration numbers so you can go ahead and get your paperwork. Them jokers will hide them pups will be nowhere to be found. Because you might have been like, oh, let me get a pup back, boom, boom, boom. They'd be like, nah, I'm good. They can change their mind at any moment in time. But when we talking about asset management, what is the asset in this case? It's not this. 1,000 dogs can do this, boom, and nobody care no more. But when you have the female, you have her pups, these are assets. And your job is to move them into great places so you can watch them grow and make sure you have a bitch that can produce. So how would I start? Same way I always tell people, from a business standpoint, start with your female. From your female, keep one female from there, especially depending on if you went to a good boy. Then you take another boy, either outcross or go back to the boy that you liked and use that. Oh, no, you don't want to do that because that's too tight line breeding. You want to use a different boy. So we'll get into that another time. That's a whole different thing, showing you the bloodline and how to build all that bullshit out. But from a business standpoint, one female, keep the pups, sell all the pups, make sure you get your paperwork, take care of the dogs. For every female that you buy, you're risking 4 to 6 or 6 to 8, in some cases 9 to 12 pups. Do you know 12 people who can manage their lives effectively, let alone bring in a dog to their life without ever running the risk of that dog ending up at the shelter because they were properly prepared to take care of the dog? I assure you, most puppies are impulse buys, which means there's no chance in hell that 12 people you know for fact are properly prepared to take care of a dog, start to finish, for on average, 10 years. Most people don't even know what they're gonna be doing in fucking 10 years. They don't have 20-year projections on their lives. They're just trying to get by. So the business begins to fail. The what? The product. And what's the product? The dog. And this isn't an iPhone. You can't just update it. It's like, hey, my phone's not working. Oh, well, let me fucking do. It's like when the dog no longer is paying attention. If it is a bad breeding, if the dogs are hot, you have a problem. And then you have to do what? Start repossessing dogs. And me and Chris Moore will do a live on dog and puppy repossession. What that looks like, why you do it, what that costs you. Time, energy, and effort wise. Where do you put that dog when you have to repossess a dog? Guys, if they told you it was easy, they're lying. And this is me just talking simple. I don't even know how to make it more simple. One female, on average, 4 to 6 pups. 4 to 6 pups could potentially do what? Run you might, if you sold them off for $3K, 6 times 3, 18. So now you made $18K minus $3,000 if you paid a more than average price. And most times if you get a better than average stud, they're gonna charge you 5 but no less than 3. So now we're back to 15. Once you add up all the years for the 2 years of work, you're already operating at a loss just in your first 2 years or first 3 heats on the female. Not including C-section. If you don't whelp, now you got to pay a whelper. That's $600 to $800 a week for at least the first 4 weeks, if you even got the kind of time on your hands. Not including, our vet charges us about $110 for every one of the pups' vaccinations. Well, get this, in Texas, I go buy them things from the store, so now I'm paying $18 tops for them shots. Y'all, you go to your vet, labor alone, $60. Then they charge you for the shot. You $110 on 6 pups. 6 pups, that's $600 right there just on shots. Go get their heart checks and other stuff. $600, $700. Go get their DNA test. $50 on each pup. You go, I'm like this. Who told you you was gonna get rich? If you're trying to do it right. So my best advice is to pace yourself. 1 dog, 1 litter, at tops 2 dogs, 1 litter at different times. Invest time, energy, and effort into the pups. And whatever you do, do not double up on a bunch of work. Because I'm telling you right now, when you have 12 and 15 pups, those are 12 to 15 responsibilities you have now to get to good homes, to feed, to take care of, to make sure nobody gets parvo. And then hopefully when they do get there, make sure don't nobody call and say, hey, can I get a refund? Or I don't like this dog. Guys, take care of your dogs.